Hi students, 12th standard Computer Application Chapter 3 Introduction to Database Management System. So last class we studied what is database, table, rows, columns and attributes, etc. Keys. Today we are going to learn about ER model. Here ER full form Entity Relationship Model. So in this ER model, each entity is dependent on another entity with some conditions and dependencies. That is, one entity is dependent on other entity. Basic concepts of entity. It has three concepts. That is, first one is entity or entity type. Second one, attributes. And third one is relationship. So this concept will help to create an ER diagram and produce a ER model. Let us see one by one. With the help of these, any database design can be created and viewed to know the concept in that database design. The first one is entity or entity type. So here an entity can be anything, a real world object or animation which is easily identified by a common man. Common man. So example, in a company's database, employee, HR, manager are considered as entity, where each of these entity will having their own attributes. Then next one is types of entity. It has three types, that is strong entity, second one is weak entity, and third one is entity instance. So here the first one, strong entity. Strong entity means it does not depend on any other entity on the schema or database. A strong entity will have a primary key. So it have a primary key. And that is a unique ID which other entities will not have in their attributes. It is represented by one rectangular box. So it is represented by one rectangular box. And next one is weak entity. Here weak entity means it is dependent on other entities and it does not have primary key. It does not have a primary key. It is represented by a double rectangle box. And then next one is entity instance. So here instance are the values for the entity. If we consider animal as the entity, their instance will be a dog, cat, cow, etc. So an entity instance denotes the category value for the given entity. The second one is attributes. So here attributes is also called a column. So an attribute is the information about that entity and it will describe, qualify, classify and specify an entity. And attributes will always have a single value. That value can be a number, string or character. Number, character or string. Next, the attribute has some types. That is, the first one is key attributes. And second one is simple attribute. And third one is a composite attribute. And the fourth one is single valued attributes. And last one is multi-valued attributes. Types of attributes are key attributes, simple attributes, composite attributes, single valued attributes and multi-valued attributes. Now let us see one by one. The first one is key attributes. It is used to describe a unique character of an entity. Describe unique characteristics of an entity. Then simple attributes. Here the simple attributes cannot be separated. It will having a single value for their entity. For example, let us consider the name as an attribute for the entity employee, and here the value for that attribute is a single value. Composite attribute. The composite attributes can be subdivided into a simple attributes without change in the meaning of that attribute. For example, example for composite attributes is address. So if we give address, it have a door number, area name and street and this state, everything. So it have multiple value. Next one is single valued attribute. So here a single value attribute contain only one value. So it contains only one value for the attributes and they do not have a multiple number of values. For example, if we take age, so we have only one age. For example, for student A, only one age you are having. Then B, one age. So this is the example for single valued attribute. It contains only one value. Then the multi-valued attribute is opposite to single value. So here multi-valued attribute means it has more than one value for a particular attribute. For example, degree. So a person can hold a number of degrees, so it is called multi-valued attributes. The next one is relationship type. So here in ER model, relationship exists between two entities. Three types of relationships are available in ER model. So the first one is one-to-one relationship. Then second one is one-to-many relationship. And third one is many-to-many relationship. Types of relationship. The first one is one-to-one relationship. Here, when a single instance of entity is associated with a single instance of other entity, so it is called one-to-one relationship. For example, a person has only one passport and a passport is given to one person. So this is the example for one-to-one relationship. The next one is one-to-many relationship. Here, when a single instance of an entity is associated with more than one instance of other entity, then it is called one-to-many relationship. For example, a customer can place many orders, but an order cannot be placed by many customers. Here it means one-to-many relationship. So here customer has a many. Here a customer is going to order many things. Okay. The next one is many-to-many relationship. Here when the more than one instance of an entity is associated with more than one instance of another entity, then it is called many-to-many relationship. For example, a student can register more than one course. A course cannot be registered by many students. Here, students register online course. So this is the example for many to many relationship. Next one is relationship instance. So here each instance of relationship between members of this entity type is called relationship instance. Then next one is degree of a relationship. Here the number of entity type is involved is called degree of relationship. Here we are going to use one value means that is called unary, and 2 means that is called binary, and 3 means that is called ternary. So the next one is cardinality. So here it is defined as the number of items that must be included in a relationship. The 3 classification of cardinalities are 1 to 1, 1 to many, and many to many. So dear students, I hope you all understand ER model and its types. Thank you students.